Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, November 2nd, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, and AMZY. But real quick, Roundhill came out with another fund called XPay, and supposedly it's supposed to compete with SPY-T, and it's a target basically 20% yield per year. And I have to be honest, this is the most ridiculous fund I've ever seen. All it does, it purchases a long call and it pays you 20%. That's it. That's it. It essentially just, buys a long call that expires in a year or so, and they just pay you your own money, right? 20%, because they're not doing any additional options, right? They're not earning any additional premium, which is ridiculous. So the market has to make 20% a year for you to stay capital flat, right? Because they're not doing any additional options trading. They're buying the S&P essentially via long call, and they're just paying you out 20% annualized, but monthly. So, and they're charging 0.49% expense ratio, right? Let's go to the expense ratio. And I know this video is not about that, but I'm just in shock of how lazy this fund is. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I will go through the prospectus, and if you guys are interested, I'll make a video on it. But I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, let's move on. All right, so here we go. I showed you guys a trade, and believe me, I'll get this out of the way, but I have to show everyone just to show you how awesome options are. So I did a trade on SOXL, right? We talked about it in the previous video. My biggest trade, I made $206 in premium. Sold a put, $29 put, right? Great. Expired next week. Boom. Collected the money, and I waited, right? I waited until yesterday, right? Let me go to the screen. Here we go. Yesterday, SOXL jumped in price. It jumped so high in price that the value of this same put, right, that I sold was worth 97 cents. Again, it was worth 206 the day before. And again, since I sold the put, I got 206 credit per share, $206. The following day, it was only worth 97 cents. What does that mean? That means I could close it out. And I did. I bought it back. I did a buy to close. I paid 97 cents per share. I closed it early, right? And I got my money back. I got $2,900 back. That was my collateral. And essentially, again, I made the net of the two in one day, right? Which is pretty awesome. About what, $109 in one day. And if you annualize that, yes, I know it's ridiculous, but it shows 947% on an annualized basis. So this put is closed. There's no more risk involved. I collected $109 for one day. The problem with, doing things like this, it involves being a little more active. But it's just the beauty of options if you guys, have been following. And I'll get maybe more detail on that on the video later today. All right. So who had trades yesterday? We got AMZY, we got CONY, and we got MSTY. Okay? That's it. Of course, CONY, right? CONY always has trades. But let's take a look at AMZY. So what did AMZY do? We were talking about AMZY on yesterday's video, and they were in a really tight spot because they had earnings, and they kind of had their weeklies won. If they closed it before earnings, they would have had a win, right? Maybe not a full win to yield what they want, but they would have had a win nonetheless. But they closed it the day after earnings, and the earnings just happened to be really good. So if you look, the BC, it cost $335. That's probably more than what they got on the credit, right? Because if you look at the credit for the following week, it looks $1.42. That's, I guess, probably in the range of what they usually get, $1.42 credit, for the weeklies. So paying $335, yeah, they definitely lost on the weeklies. So AMZY, you are a loser. Sorry, but you lost. You waited too long and you got whooped. So what else happened on their trades? buy, call, sell, put. They added 675 contracts to the to the fund, and 9,880 was the new position. Obviously, the closeout and the new position for next week. Someone made a comment on yesterday's video. Stop saying when outstanding shares are added, that's not a good thing. It depletes the NAV or something like that. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to talk about this, but listen, when outstanding shares are added, that means new money is in the fund, all right? People are buying into the fund. So although, yes, outstanding shares are increases, so you have to share, right? You're sharing now the distribution amount, whatever they earn, they're gonna share it with you and others. But when people buy in, that money goes to cash. So the NAV is essentially unchanged, right? Because they're paying the exact value of what it's worth at the time. So of course it's a freaking good thing that people buy into the fund. So I'm not quite sure what that person was getting at. If they want to comment again, feel free. But yes, when outstanding shares increase, there's interest in the fund. When there's interest in the fund, that's a good thing. And when outstanding shares increase, it doesn't affect you in a negative way. Okay? The only time people can say it affects them in a negative way is when people jump in on declaration date, right? And try to get into, whatever is paying, and they have to share it with the others, right? Because again, typically YieldMax will announce and then give, time for people to jump in and steal some of that payment. But anyway, but even again, the part that you don't get paid, I don't know. It's already announced at that point anyway, but so they're screwing themselves kind of buying on declaration. So, all right, let's move on. Enough. I'm just yapping now. All right, so obviously I'll cover AMZY first. Yeah, unfortunately they lost, but look at the day, man. What a day. Amazon went up 5.83%. Really, really good day. AMZY captured 5.52%. So again, they made some premium yesterday. Unfortunately, yeah, they took a hit on their weeklies, but at least what I'm seeing, right? I don't know how much they made on the credit, but there's definitely probably not $3 or whatever it was to close. All right, so here's AMZY. Amazon's currently at 197. Their synthetic is at 185. So they're 6.53% above their synthetic. So that is now in a really good position, and it's a good thing because it expires on November 15th. So when they close it out and make a new position, they're going to cash out. So that's awesome. And now their weeklies for next week, they have a 205 sold call and a 215 credit call spread. So the 205 is 3.57% out of the money. Again, this is over election week, so I'm giving call credit spreads a pass. Yes, election week, that's a big event. So yes, call credit spreads make sense. But the gap of the spread has to make sense too. Amazon's gap is 5%. So 5% is the dead zone essentially, where we could lose money. And that's okay. I guess that's okay. It's not like the others. Oh man, wait till you see MSTY. Oh man, ugly. All right, so let's move down. Outstanding. Oh, it went up. Nice. Market value. Total net assets of the fund, 209 mil. The NAV is 1974. Trade price 1975. All right. So yeah, see the cash. People buy in. Their money goes to the cash, right? Which increases the total net assets. Divide the total net assets by the new outstanding shares, and you typically would get around the same amount. Again, plus or minus whatever movement happens. All right, I'm done harping on that. The NAV is I think we did that, 1974, trade price 1975. So look at that, man. We're back up in business above in the high $19 range. We could hit 20 next week. Okay, synthetic, yes, you can see it's worth 13 mil right now. That's a really good spot to be in. 30-day IV jumping back down, right? Because earnings is over. 27%. Based on that, that's a 42-cent payment. Again, they're part of Group D, and they declare it in 18 days. Now, seeing the 27% IV, it really does make me question AMZY for me as an investment because it doesn't reach my particular goals of minimum 40%. But still, they've been really, really solid. So they would be, not necessarily on the chopping block, but I'm not going to say they're not going to be sold if I need them to do options. Okay, so moving on to CONY. They had a trade. Of course they did. They can't help themselves. So in summary, what the heck are they doing, right? What they got? They got buy call. Oh no, they closed 19,000 or 9,000. I'm sorry. They closed 9,000 contracts. They paid 11 cents. And they sold a call. They actually made 11 cents. Okay. So it was a wash. And then they opened a new position for next week, 9,000. And then the last 4 lines, buy call, sell put. Okay. And then sell call, buy call. So that's just adding new positions. It shows it's 4 lines versus the previous 3 lines because they do call credit spreads on everything. But again, it's election week, so I'm not going to say that it's a bad idea. All right, how did coin do yesterday? Coin went up 1.98%. CONY, not so much. All right, it went up 0.64%. So yeah. Okay, let's zoom out here. All right, so, oh my goodness, what is going on? If you look, what do we have here? You take my money when I'm in need. Gold digger back. Oh no. $124 million she wants. Man, oh man, she is a gold digger. The 215 put, which expires on November 15th, less than 2 weeks away here. What do we got? She wants $124 million from us. That is not good. What's our bro friend got? Oh my God, he's only got 12 million. He is done for. All right, guys. So we are 17% away from helping this gold digger, giving her the money she wants. Not good. Not a good spot, guys. But coin is at 182. Yikes. Synthetic is at 215. Expires very soon. This could be a massive, massive hit. So you know how we have synthetic bailouts? This is a synthetic drowning. Yes, gold digger is back, unfortunately. Sorry to report that, but it is what it is. Okay, so what do we got for next week? Let's see how this is going to play out here. We got 3 strikes. Okay, that's okay. Let's see how this goes. We have a 200 strike. We have 9,040 contracts, 200 strike, 9.36% out of the money. That's the lowest through election week. Okay, I like you. And then we have 9,000 contracts, 207.50 strike, 13.46% out of the money. Nice. 8, biggest position, is the highest strike. Like to see this. 18,890 contracts, 210 strike, 14.83% out of the money. Very nice. All right, so they have call credit spreads. The lowest that's going to help is 20%. The highest is 28%. So I guess the question is 28% really? Like 27% really? Are we really expect that jump in a week? I know it's crypto and I know it's election week, so I said I'd give them a break. But I'm just going to say, really? But we'll see, man. Because again, call credit spreads, they're not free. We're paying for these things, man. We, me, you, whoever owns these funds, we're paying out of pocket for these call credit spreads. You wanted them, you got them. What do you think of them? All right, total net assets, 677 mil. The NAV is 1249, trade price 1249. Okay. Gold digger, you see the synthetic bailout. She's taking our money. All right, 30-day IV, 79%. IV estimate, 77 cents. Group C declares in 11 days. And deck date is November the 13th. Okay, so that's AMZY, that's CONY. Now let's move on to MSTY because they had a trade. So let's go to the MSTY file. It's the last time we need to use the photos. And MSTY had a shitload. Yeah, thanks MSTY. Yeah, they keep you busy. All right. So what did they do? In summary, look at the BCs. All right, they're buy to close, buy to close, buy to close, buy to close. All right, so they closed out their positions from the prior week, 11 ones, 11 ones, 11 ones. Go, you look to the right. All right, buy to close is very cheap. They pay pennies. So basically, they closed out their calls, you know, their weekly calls that they sold, their call credit spreads, and they opened a new one for the following week. That's basically the summary. And let's take a look at it, see how they did. The hell? All right. So, that's my old email address. That's my old channel name, actually. But what do we got here? We got synthetic 255. This is the only synthetic they have. There's 31,130 contracts in that. The strike is 255, and they're 9.92% away from that. Unfortunately, they've been going down. That's 14 days away. It expires on November the 15th. Oh boy. So as great as MSTY has been, I'm just saying we may be in store for some big losses. All right, here we go. MSTR went down 6.05%. Big drop yesterday. MSTY went down a lot too, 5.11%. So not the best day for MSTR, but again, they can't be green every day. So they closed out their their weeklies. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. All right, so again, anything in gray is what we previously covered. So if you look, there's the 990, the 15,000, the 14,000 contracts, right? The 250 strike, the 255 strike, and the 260. They cost anywhere from a penny to 2 pennies. Call credit spread, they made us anywhere from a penny to 2 pennies. So, the sold calls, which is what we want to win, we don't really give a damn about the call credit spread, right? It's just there to help if we need it. If we need it, we already lost anyway, right? So think of it that way. So anyway, we did make a lot of money net when all said and done. So if you see the green profit loss, that's the money you made, right? 11 mil, 10 mil, 609,000. Call credit spread, in the end, this is how much it's costing us, right? 3 million, 3.1, 2.4, 5.5 million, 5.6, about 5.7 million, we'll say. So 5.7 million out the door for protection, right? But they did have earnings, right? So again, I'm not going to fault them for using the strategy then, and I'm not going to fault them for using it this week, but it's proven again that it wasn't needed, okay? So that's kind of the track record that's happening here. All right, so anyway, it's an overall win, so we should be very grateful for that. And that's what we want to see. Win the weeklies. Again, call credit spread in the way or not, I don't really give a damn. Just win the weeklies. Make money, right? When all said and done, the net profit needs to be a profit, not a loss. Or else what's the point, right? Do the damn job, make money on the freaking weeklies. I don't care about the stupid synthetic. That's the underlying. The underlying goes up. That's not you, right? This freaking fund manager, he's got to make money on the weeklies. That's his job. Any dumbass can make a synthetic position. Sorry. But it kind of reminds me of this XPay thing. Oh my God. I still can't get over this XPay. Like, what in the hell are they doing? Oh God, I can't take it. All right. So here's the new position. What are they doing? They got a 255, and a 255. But of course, they're separating it. Probably because they did a roll order. I get it. Okay. It's annoying, but this is how I have to reflect it, which means they got different prices, right? Overall, though, how far out of the money? All right. It's the 255, which is all eggs in one basket strike price. 11% out of the money. All right. That's freaking awesome. 11% out of the money on election week. I feel really good about that. But here we go. Mr. Tagalong, call credit spread, which we said, okay, we're going to give him a pass. 34.95% out of the money. So it's only going to be of use if it goes up 35%. Okay, whatever you guys say, right? All right, so the annualized yield in the end, what they make, 150, 140, around 140 something percent, which is a little more aggressive than the 30-day IV. So they could have chilled out a little. They could have probably went, if they got rid of the call credit spread and went less aggressive, they probably could have went like 15% out of the money through election week, which would have been awesome. But I don't know, man. I don't want a freaking call credit spread that's going to help a 35% away. That's a 25% gap. That's a 25% dead zone. You're basically saying, oh, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't. I really don't. Anyway, outstanding shares actually went down 200K. All right, so here's the recap. 30-day IV, 108%. Outstanding shares, 27,775K. Total net income is a loss, but less of a loss because they did win their weeklies, which is good. 17.4 mil. Reaction, get ready for the roller coaster, man. Woo! Crypto is nuts, right? It seems like it's only been going up, but what goes up will come down, right? And maybe it'll go back up, maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see. Group D, again, declares on 11/20, 18 days away. All right, payment information so far. Let's see how they're doing. Synthetic income, $200 million. Good Lord. Again, that's a lot of money, right? Just give me one of that. Give me 1 million of that. I'll be good. Short call income is a loss of 17 mil. So net the two together, we're looking at 183 mil. All right. So outstanding shares, 27. Yeah, that's formulated. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, so sharing it with 27,775,000 people, we're looking at a net income per share of $6.59. Wow, that's a lot of money. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. The Rotometer's useless because the weeklies are negative, but if we look at the IV alone, the payment would be 248. So we're looking at anywhere between 248 and 659 right now. But again, a lot can happen. We said the election is coming up. I think if Trump wins, I think MSTR will go up. If Kamala wins, I think it goes down. Again, that's just my thought, right? I don't hear her favoritism on crypto as much as Trump. She likes more regulations, more control. He does like the crypto, or so he says, right? Who knows? All right, guys, what is this? What is going on? And I'm sorry, I gotta do it again. You take my money. We have two gold diggers. Of course, they're in the crypto field. Yeah, those gold diggers, they hang out with those crypto dudes and they take all their money. But this one wants 115 million. Good Lord. And another expiration of November 15th. This is going to be a rough day. So, yeah. Oh, man. But we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, we have the trades for next week. Look at that gap, man. 255 and 310. It's just freaking nuts. All right, so let's move on. So the total net assets of this fund is 765 mil. The NAV is 27.57. The trade price is 27.51. Okay? Okay, we good? We good? Yeah, synthetic bailout, none. We got nothing. All right, so that was MSTY. So next, we will talk about NVDY. So last, we'll do TSLY. All right, so here is NVDY, right? For some of the bougie people out there, NVDY. We have contracts, 93,340 of them. But at least this synthetic, expires in 49 days. Woohoo! But they're doing good. They're 4.13% above that. They'll have earnings coming up this month, so look out for that. Who knows if that date's right? Again, I put these dates in when they have an estimated date, and I'm sure it's changed. So if you guys know the date, feel free to comment that down below. All right, so how did NVIDIA do yesterday? They went up 1.97%, and NVIDIA went up 1.69%, okay? That's great and all, right? But they already made their trades, so we're kind of, making our little out of the money spot, a little tighter. So let's see where it stands. 2,700 contracts, 139 strike price, 2.68% out of the money now. Yeek. And then we have 90,640 contracts, 3.42% out of the money now. So that's super tight for an election week. All right. I'm not sure how NVIDIA falls in that, but whether who wins or loses. But The gap between the call credit spread is 8% on one, 5% on the other. 5% on the larger position, so that's good. So it means, there's a 5% dead zone. If they land in between, then obviously they're going to lose on both. If they go into the 8% range on the call credit spread, obviously they'll lose massively on the sold call, but the offset will begin, they'll be capped out on their loss, right? So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Big week next week. They have this voting early thing. I don't know if they have that by you guys, and the lines are just insane during the week too. Nobody works anymore. Good Lord. All right. Outstanding shares, another drop, man. 200,000 people said, I'm selling. I'm out of here. Let me take my profit. All right, so here's the recap. 30-day IV, 59%. Outstanding shares, 49,825,000. Total net income, 19 mil. Nice. We finally have got some freaking income, right? Distribution, 38 cents. Daily income, 2 cents. Daily yield, 0.07%. Annualized is 25%. So, yeah, annualized, looking okay, but still. Here's the emoji I could find that's kind of in the middle. It's like yay, but not yay. You know what I mean? So they actually declare next week, so I have to do an estimate for NVDY coming up on tomorrow morning. But I have to make the video today, but I'll launch it tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Okay, so look out for that. Payment information. Here we go. This will give you an idea of what the estimate would be. Synthetic income, 91.5 mil. Short call income, 19 mil. They're making money on both. That's how it should be. All right. Net income, 110 mil. So if you just look at the total income per share, right, stand still right now, 222. Are you going to get paid 222 per share? Is that your distribution? The answer is nope. What is it? I don't know. Let's see what the IV rate is. Well, Rodamator says 45 cents. No way it's that. The IV estimate is 126. So right now, the estimate will stand in between 126 and 222. To be honest, I haven't given it any thought, so I don't really have an estimate for you. But I also have to see what the yields look like when I plug in the numbers. But could they pay $2? Probably not, to be honest. I don't think they should either. So maybe the high ones, but we shall see. All right, here's the holding information. What do we got? Hopefully no gold diggers, because I'm done singing for the day. But it's the other way around, right? We don't have such a cheap date, but we got an okay date. She's only taking 75 mil. We got 133 mil, so we can support that. No problem. We got your back, lady. All right, and then we got the calls for next week. We'll see. Again, election week, big week. Who's going to win? Who knows? Synthetic bailout. Yep, we got it. We got your back. And then total net assets, 1.2 bill. The NAV is 25.27. Trade price, 25.28. All right. Moving on. We're making progress here. All right. I got a lot of videos to make today. I'm going to run out of voice. All right. Here we go. Synthetic 245. This is for TSLY. This is the useless synthetic, but it's going to make money as we stand, right? It's 1.62% above the current price, which is good. 14 days till expiration. The 255 isn't slightly in danger. Again, 14 days away, 2.36% away from making money. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. How did Tesla do yesterday? That is the question. Tesla, rather slow day, right? Tesla went down 0.35%. TSLY went down 0.17%. So not terrible. Kind of like what you want with a bearish plays. All right, so here's the summary. 33,000. Well, actually, it's all eggs in one basket, so it's 34,500 something. Contracts, 4.43% out of the money. Okay, is that cushion good enough for election week with Elon's involvement? Absolutely not. Okay, so they got the call credit spread. That's a 275. That's 10% away from helping. The dead zone is 6%. So how do we feel about that? I'm just going to say and I'll leave it at that. But time will tell, and we'll see how this plays out. Outstanding shares. No change. 30-day IV, 50%. Outstanding shares, 69.2 mil. Don't you guys feel like these IVs should be skyrocketing? I feel like the election was, should be it's like earnings, more than earnings, right? Because it could change a lot of things for these companies, but I don't know. I don't think we're getting the appropriate IV, or the market's just not worried, I guess. I don't know. All right, did we say outstanding shares? 69,275,000. We got income, baby. 11.2 mil worth. Distribution, 16 cents. Daily income, 5 cents. Daily yield, 0.45%. Annualize that sucker, 165%. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's ready. He's ready. He's ready to clean up the government. If Trump wins, he is going to clean up the government. Could you imagine? Oh, man. All right. Group A declares in 25 days, November 27th. Big week for him next week. All right. Synthetic income, zero. Zero, zero, zero. Short call income. Oh, yeah. This is what we care about anyway. We're making 11.2 mil. That comes to 16 cents per share. Rodemator says that's an estimate of $1.51 when all said and done. That's 165% yield. Yeah, that's a little aggressive, so we'll see how that plays out once the more days kick in. All right, the IV estimate is 50 cents, so anywhere from 50 cents to $1.51 maybe, right? What was the last distribution? 59 cents, okay? So that is like kind of the range we expect. So here we go. What do we got here? Synthetics, not necessarily gold digger status, but it could get there. It could get there. But we'll see how it plays out. Their synthetic, again, expires 11/15. And then we talked about their calls. We'll see how that plays out. Total net assets, 825 mil. The NAV is 11.91. The trade price is 11.92. Okay? So that is it. That is all the funds, right? That's all she wrote. Guys, I did make an updated video, Retire Now. Give my account update. So go check it out. I did pretty good overall. It was a really good month, but for the most part, I'm just going through the funds that I own and how much I made throughout the month, how much I made in options. So yeah, for those of you that missed that video, feel free to go check it out. I'll pin that to the top of the comments. All right, so that's all I got, I think, for today, outside of the other million videos I have to make. But as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again on the Monday recap. All right, outside of that, I have a pretty awful week too next week. Back to the office for me, and I'm presenting all this crap. I got a busy week. So got to make sure I can do some early voting this weekend if their line is not wrapped around the building. But if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It goes a long way. No, I'm kidding. Only if you like it, obviously. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Okay? Okay. All right, so all that being said, you made it this far in the video. It's keyword time, right? It's keyword. I have no idea. That's why I'm stalling. But what do we do? How about we go off of the AMZY, right? The AMZY discussion in the beginning. So they waited, right? They made it all the way up to earnings, and they had a chance to close out and win, but they did not. They waited, and they ended up being, as we said, a loser. So I believe that Jim Carrey? I forget what movie. Name the movie also if you can. So that being said, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, I guess we could say freaking AMZY is a loser, because they were. Price-wise, they're doing pretty good though. But They look like a loser after they lost the weeklies, right? You got greedy and you got burnt. So like I said, if you made it this far in the video and you wanted to prove it to me and all the other people that see the comments, freaking AMZY is a loser. Sorry. I love AMZY. I own AMZY. But they were a loser this week. And it is what it is. It's okay. We'll move on. We'll make money in future weeks. Again, they didn't lose that much, to be honest. But we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that is all. I just wanted to say again, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and we will talk very, very soon. Later.